Hey, I'm sorry if you can barely see me, but it shouldn't really matter. I mean, let's just talk. What I've been up to lately is just grinding and just learning more about what I want from life. You know, when you're on the grind and when you actually care about yourself, you discover a lot of things every day. When you don't care about yourself, be prepared to sludge and feel like you're not really living. I feel like I've been living more. When you have confidence, when you're more confident about life and about yourself, you start opening up more pathways. You start oh my god, a big thing that's happened lately is that I'm able to take rejection pretty easily. It's almost like 85% success rate, or maybe even like 90% success rate. It's just like kind of just turned on one day. I don't know, man. It Everyone has their moment in time when something just clicks. Something just happens. It just switches on. Everyone has their own trigger. I'm just happy. I'm just happy I got it this far. Like, I'm 31 years old. I'm just happy that I turned my life around in like fucking 6 months. Like, I really am just like a different person now. 6 months ago, I was like the most scared, most awkward, most just despicable, just sad, man. Just a sad excuse of a personality. Just sad, man. Like, get some help. And I know a lot of dudes are like that. A lot of dudes feel like that. Like, it almost feels like impossible to get out of that. Just like, how do I become confident? How the fuck you watch a bunch of YouTube videos? I still not working. And it's true. No amount of YouTube video is gonna save your ass. I'll tell you how I did it. I mean, I'm still not perfect, but goddamn, I've been talking up. I say whatever I want most of the time, and I'm not afraid to like act cool in front of women and like just I don't know, man. I feel like I've been making a lot of women wet around me. It's just so obvious. And that's what you got to be aware of. You got to be socially aware too, man. Like, you can't just be aloof all the time. Stop being aloof. Be smart about it. Anyway, a lot of dudes are aloof, man. You guys don't pay attention to your surroundings. That's what you need to do, cuz the girls are doing it. Anyway, how did I do it? Well, there's no easy way to explain it. I have hobbies. And you gotta like something. You gotta have a passion. You gotta have something to do, man. And this thing that you like to do, you gotta like it's gotta be like a powerful source of motivation for you, a powerful source of accomplishment, like something that makes you feel like a badass, man. Feel like a badass. Stop stop thinking that people gonna stop caring, man. Stop caring about what people think about you. Stop um thinking, oh, everyone's gonna think I'm arrogant or what. You're gonna get judged no matter what you act like. If you act like a pussy, you're gonna get judged for that. If you act too humble or timid, people are gonna think you're boring. You're gonna get judged. Now, I'm not saying like be a fucking, asshole. You gotta be happy too. Like, look, I understand that we all have different personalities. Okay? I do. I'm not an idiot. And everyone has insecurities preventing them from acting the way they want to act, from being the person they want to be. So, how do you get past this? Well, for me, I have hobbies. Like I said, I have hobbies. And these hobbies, they make me feel powerful. Like every day, like they make me feel like my life is going forward. Like my life is progressing in a meaningful, epic, and satisfying way. That makes me feel really good about myself. Now, when things are bad, like I don't know how to do something, look, I'm just gonna tell you what it is. It's I'm trying to make YouTube videos, and I went to school, I went to college, and I learned audio production. And I went through all those fucking classes. I went through the sound program and da 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 da. You know what happens. It was a lot of headache and stuff. A lot of God. It was like it sucked, man. Learning all that stuff. But once you know how to do the stuff and you're actually having fun and you're actually like on the path, you're not like in boot camp. You're actually like boots on the, out there in the field, me, uh, metaphorically speaking, and you're making it happen, and there's not, and you know what to do. You know how to do everything, dude, man. That's like that's the stuff of legends, man. That's what legends are made. That's what dreams are made out of, man. You know everything, and you're making it a reality. If that doesn't make you feel like if that doesn't make you feel like you're the shit, I don't know what will, man. So you gotta have a powerful hobby. Something that makes you feel like you're the one. Cause that's how I feel about myself. I'm the one and I'm gonna get rich. I'm gonna be rich. No doubt, man. No doubts. You can't have doubts either. You gotta know for sure that your dream is coming true. That's actually happening. It's powerful stuff. Now a lot of you, I'm sure a lot of you are stuck in, purgatory, like career purgatory or whatever. You guys are working jobs you don't like to do, probably even pursuing dreams you don't even really give a fuck about. So there you go. You gotta actually like what you're doing, man. You got not just like, you gotta love it on some level. Now it's gonna there are parts of it that suck for sure. There are parts of it that suck and don't make you feel as good, and you're just gonna have to. I don't claim to know everything. And when I run into those stages, when I run into those moments, I don't feel like the shit. But when everything is going as planned and I know what I'm doing and I'm seeing it unfold before me, the progress that will eventually lead to my success and and becoming the person I want to be, which is a rich dude, a rich, talented dude that can only do that is supplying the world with something that not a lot of people are doing, a type of art that is just very rare. That's how I feel confident. That's where my confidence comes from. And not all of it comes from that. You also gotta take care of your body. Man, there are a lot of angles to this. It is so, and I have so many. I've worked out a lot. I've worked out almost all of them, and it still isn't enough sometimes. Like, for real, man. I think a lot of this is based on our genes or something. I'm not sure, but I still get anxiety, and I still don't feel confident. It's hard, man. I don't know how other guys do it. Like, other guys, they can literally like be drug addicts and like eat fucking uh Funyuns all day, and they still have this aura about them. They don't let life prevent them from doing the things they want to do unabashedly. Just unabashedly, just stomping on life. Like, these dudes, I don't know what they're made out of, man. That's what I'm saying, man. We're all born with like different bodies and different brains and different malfunctions and stuff. Some people are just built differently. I really believe that. Some people are just built different. They have different genes, different chemicals, different brain chemicals, pathways going on in their brains or something that their mamas gave them. I don't know. I have no idea. But if you're like, you're average like me, with an average brain and average confidence, then you got to do something about it, like I did. I spent 6 months researching it, and it would have taken longer if I was working a job. I'm not working a job right now, but it doesn't matter, man, because when you're working on your dream, you just got to survive until your dream is done, until the dream starts making money for you. You just got to survive. Okay? If you can survive, then you're good, because the dream will eventually, it will come, the end. You will see the light eventually. And when you start seeing the light, then you start seeing just how powerful you can feel about yourself. The confidence that comes from achieving your dreams is unstoppable. Unstoppable. I seriously, I am like, dude, eh, I get attention every fucking day, man. People looking at me, staring at me, just looking my way all day, all fucking day. And it's not always about how I look. It's about how I act too. It's just like, it's like who the fuck Who the fuck are you? Like, who is that? That's probably what's going through their heads. It's how you act. It's I mean, like, looks will grab someone's attention, but how you act will keep their attention. How you act will like steal people's attention. It's like everyone is just they're 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 craving for some stimulation in their life, some novelty. And when someone just comes out of nowhere and like and just doesn't care, he just and he says it with courage and intelligence. He acts like he acts like how he feels about himself. Look, what I've learned about people is that everyone's attracted to novelty. Like, that's just how the brain works. You can't, there's, I don't know, our brains are fascinating because there's just like this law of diminishing returns just built in for some reason. I don't know how it works, but it's there. Our brains get bored really easily. So, what do you do about this? Well, you gotta have you gotta update your sources of motivation. You gotta update what you're exposed to each day. You gotta have new experiences each day, basically, or at least new challenges. And the challenges, they gotta be rewarding too. They can't just be like, oh, I got that done. Oh, finally, now I can like. God, I hated that shit. No, it has to be like meaningful. The rewards have to be meaningful, and they have to attribute to the ultimate result of your life. They have to meaningfully, is that a word? Connect to you, to your destiny, man. For fuck's sake. Get a hold of yourself. And ask yourself the deep questions. How do you feel about your life? What do you want your life to be? I know what I want it to be. I want to be look, I want to be a badass, man. I want to be uh I want to be larger than life. I want to be a fucking cool guy, man. I want to be like when you watch a movie or something and you see like that charismatic dude, or you see like a fictional character in a video game or something, and you're like, wow, he's just so like, he's so badass. I mean, why can't people be like that in real life? Well, they do. There's people out there that they're usually the ones that actually gave a fuck about their lives. And you know what I mean by that. They went all the way and they asked themselves the deep questions, and they actually like pursued the answers to those deep questions about themselves. They knew what they wanted. And in turn, life gave them unbeatable confidence. You need to You need to be real honest about yourself, man. What do you want from life? And then pursue it. And it's going to be hard, but pursue it and make it the reality that you want it to be. And that's how you feel good. Feeling good is directly correlated with how accurately you translate what is in your head to what is actually happening in real life, to what you're manifesting in real life. At least for me. Look, I'm just thinking all this stuff up off the cuff. Nah, you guys should know. You guys should know, even if I'm not making sense, you should really, like, if you can't figure out what I'm talking about, you need some work. Take some fucking fish oil pills or something, because you need to be more aware. You need to I don't know, you need to look beyond and read, absorb subtext or something. You know what I'm talking about. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about is I don't know if I'm not the professional, but I feel like I'm pretty good at this fucking stuff. But like I said, it's despite all the discoveries I made, sometimes it's still not enough. So serotonin is a mood booster. Serotonin is huge for your anxiety. Dopamine is our primary reward chemical. It allows us to just keep pursuing. That's what dopamine does. It just entices you to just keep finding out where the rabbit hole goes. And what's the last one? Oh, and omega-3s, so you can think. So your prefrontal cortex is fast. It thinks fast. You can think. You can be witty. You can look. I know how I feel when I'm not on it. I feel hella slow. I feel like really dumb. Even exercise, it just doesn't it only lasts for a couple hours. Those endorphins and stuff. You need fish oils, and you need to take a lot of them. Look, this is all stuff I do, okay? And I know we're all born some of us are brilliant, some of us aren't. Some of us, we're all born with different genes. Like, we all start on a different place at the starting line, like on a track and field. It's unfair. So you need to eat a lot of foods that stimulate serotonin production, so you don't feel on edge when nothing is happening. And dopamine, you need tyrosine. Tyrosine is precursor to dopamine. That's what I take. It allows me to actually be interested in people. I think I have a dopamine deficiency, but you need dopamine if you want to pursue stuff, not just socializing, but really just be inquisitive about life. You want to just because I know if you have a dopamine problem, you're just gonna be lazy. You don't really like want to know more about things unless you're like well, you're going to just be more selfish about your interests. That's all. Dopamine helps you, it expands your net. That's all I'm saying. What else? And the fish oils. So you can be smart. So you can be fast. Because if you're slow, it's going to be very difficult. When you're fast, you can get stuff done faster. You can carry a conversation. Mainly with socializing, it's dopamine and the fish oils, omega 3s. That's what, like, cause you want to ask questions, and you also want to have like your own unique opinion about stuff, right? And then the serotonin is like last, where you don't feel like anxiety just from being near the person. That's how I feel. I feel like just being in the presence of somebody just triggers anxiety for some reason. Like anything triggers cortisol. Anything. It can be very unique to you. It's crazy. Like biological triggers or something. Like blueprint triggers that trigger cortisol, that unique triggers unique to us. Like somebody can have anxiety about something, but you don't, like it's crazy, man. Like how did life get this complicated? How did the brain get this complicated, So crazy. And then the final piece of the puzzle is what I already told you about. You need to have something to look forward to in life. Or you need to be on the path to somewhere, man. You can't just like, look, if you're happy where you are, I'm not here to like take you away from any of that. But I know a lot of people are stuck, like they're trapped, like me. I'm technically still trapped. I'm broke. Financially, I'm broke. You gotta have a trump card. Some type of security. You need to feel secure. And it doesn't just, you don't just feel secure forever. You can't just like do something and say, you can't just accomplish something and go, oh, I'll feel like this forever. Like let's just say you accomplished your dream or whatever. Yeah, the feeling of accomplishment will probably cement how you feel about yourself for a while, but eventually that dopamine will wear off or whatever it is. So you gotta constantly challenge yourself every day, and it can't be too hard and too like unmotivating either. You gotta like this challenge. It needs to bring you happiness. You gotta like you gotta enjoy the fruits from your labor. Can't just be can't just be oh I because a lot of rich people are miserable. Like they view like their passion or their hobby as work or something. I don't know. Look, I don't know anybody, okay? But all I know is from experience, man. If you do something just for money, it's quite obvious that you don't really like what you do. Or you like making money? Okay, sure. But you got to like something about it. I got all this down and it still isn't enough sometimes. Cuz our bodies are so crazy, man. Our bodies are like fluctuating all the time, mood swings, all like mini mood swings all day, man. It's fucking crazy. Uh so is a question of how much are you willing to do each day? How how much are you willing to sacrifice to make yourself feel good about yourself? That's something only you know the answer to. I can't believe I was struggling with confidence only 6 months ago and I've turned into this savage. I can't believe I feel this way about myself. You got to feel good about yourself in order to in order to um, combat that fear. And also, everyone has their everyone has their own like catalyst, you know? Like like rejection, like taking rejection, it means nothing to me now. It's like crazy. It's like it almost empowers me. Makes me feel empowered. Like I'm filtering out the people who don't like me. I kind of want to know if well, I don't want to know, but it's like that. You're filtering out people who don't want you. It's almost like it's almost like a like um some type of goal of mine now. Like I don't care, man. Mostly. I don't completely don't care. It still hurts. But to not be afraid of rejection and to actually embrace it, it's like it just happened like just one day. Just one day. I don't know why. Well, I do know why but it's a long explanation. But it to put it simply and shortly, it's the catalyst. The catalyst the is certain moments in life that make you go, "Oh," and there's no going back on it. Like your subconscious mind just just completely agrees with it. That's the real truth about life, is getting your subconscious mind to accept universal truths. To accept, once you get your subconscious mind to accept things, then you can start changing your life. If your subconscious mind does not agree with what you're doing and the beliefs you're trying to shove shove into it or persuade it with, if he doesn't agree with it, then you're going nowhere. So you got to have enough powerful you need to have powerful enough evidence like to present to him so that he will accept it, so that you can start feeling different about yourself. So you can, and hopefully, as a result, feel more confident. And some of this stuff can only happen with time, too. This can be about anything, man. It's so vague, I know. It's so like, because everyone's life is so different. And I can explain to you the catalysts and the reasons behind my changes, that would take all day, probably. So yeah. So much else I wanted to say, probably. What else did I wanted to say? I hope that was helpful.